work-life balance, my first question is how much productive time do we have in a week? So I never actually calculated this for myself. I think not everybody does this because we all know we can't plan our weeks perfectly. But we have about 112 hours of time each week if we sleep 8 hours a night. So that is a lot of time. I think we only sleep about 56 hours a week. 56. And that's more than double, or it's actually 1/3 of the hours, I think. Yeah, 8 is 1/3 of 24. Okay. This doesn't include daily chores and routine activities. So if you make a rough estimation for these two, we could say we lose about 2 hours each day to eating, personal hygiene, and maybe other similar stuff. This doesn't include being on social media or whatever, but we end up with 98 hours of productive time that we can spend on things we like, things we do for ourselves, things we maybe do for others. But these 98 hours, I can identify 3 areas in how we can spend this quote-unquote free time of ours. So the first area would be interacting with family and friends. The second area would be time necessary for self-development. And the third area would be actual productive time. So I would say this is a productive time that you can use to either perform your job or search for different things or do different things that works towards a better future for you or others around you. I'm not sure, or I don't want to make any predictions about how this balance should be. I don't think there is one perfect balance. Everybody has their own balance or their own percentage of how much time they should invest in what kind of area. Especially, I have no idea about older people than me. I do believe that they are probably way closer to their balance of those 3 areas than I am. But I do believe that some of us have a skewed idea of this balance or what it should be. Maybe overestimating one of these different areas and laying too much importance within that area, like I do for self-development, for example. I take a lot of time for myself, especially in the when I was younger or a few years ago. I ascribed a lot of hours for myself to become who I want to be, and usually this was filled in a way that was not really that productive or working towards a better me, but I did stamp it as a self-development hours. So at some point, it's kind of obvious that we have to start moving more towards the center, moving away from being too specific in one zone or too too invested in one area, and that we can either focus on family and friends, self-development, or on your productive hours. So what kind of balance would work? I have no idea, but we maybe can start with a bad guess. So I think, I don't know what's the hypothesis called, or this way of operating, but basically you can start with a bad guess and then you can improve upon that guess, with the second guess, and that second guess would always be better than your first guess. So if we take an easy bad first guess and we say we split it 3 ways, so we have this 98 hours. If we split it 3 ways, it's just under 33 hours a week that we can either spend on family and friends, self-development, or actually productive time. I'm saying actual productive time because we all know that we need the other kind of areas to also be fulfilled or at least present to some extent in order for us to be productive in a sense. There can also be people that don't have this productive time, but they will be overestimated in or over invested in family and friends or self-development time. So that was my first question. So I think we can start now with a bad guess or just a theory of, let's say we have 33 hours of productive time as a starting point.